It was a punk rock day. A show came on, so I decided to stay. It wasn't good, I watched it anyway. Oh, yeah, that is a punk rock day. Yeah, that is a punk rock day. Huh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Punk Rock Review, home of a bunch of opinionated crap you don't care about, also the home of the feedback you provide that we don't care about, keeps us on an even playing field. And we like that. Real quick shout out to our sponsor. We don't have one, feel bad and give us money. Anyhow, moving straight into it today. Today we're going to be talking about a show that's been around for a few seasons. How many few seasons? Well, 3 now. You're lucky that we knew that because we don't do research. That's your job. You're going to do it anyway. So anyhow, of course, today we are talking about the one and only Witcher. That's right, but we aren't talking about Witcher the video game. We aren't talking about Witcher the book series that the video game is based off of. We are talking about Witcher the TV show, or made for, kind of streaming TV show that Netflix made. That's based off of the game, that's based off of the movie, and what of course can be said about this one? Well, man, if you followed The Witcher and you watched season 1 and you watched season 2, well, season 3's out now, and it's actually now finally out in its entirety, even though the second part's only 3 damn episodes or whatever. That's fucking absurd. They should have just released it all at once. Fuck you, Netflix. But what can be said about this one? Well, man, like we said, if you've already watched the first couple seasons, you might as well stick with it and watch the third. Now, there are gonna be aspects of it, man, as it kind of steadily, dwindles in its ability to kind of convey everything that you would want it to, man, or to kind of stick with the show direction and stuff that it's gone here or there. Man, there are aspects of it that definitely aren't as great as they were once upon a time. Now, that being said, man, we think that, the season 3 has definitely gotten a worse rap than it deserves. Now, of course, let's be honest with our disclaimer here. We haven't read the books, and we haven't played all of the video games. We still have them. We still pop them on occasion, man. But we'll be damned if we don't get stuck playing Gwent or something like that, man. And that's what we end up doing, going from town to town in Witcher 3, and then just fucking looking for Gwent cards and playing people in Gwent, because it's just fucking good, man. So there's definitely aspects of the show, man, that we might not know if they are, true to the storyline and stuff like that. But from a viewing kind of standpoint, there's enough there to keep you watching. Now, of course, we're just gonna do season 3 as a whole, instead of breaking it up into part 1 and then part 2 consisting of 3 fucking episodes, because that's absurd. But as a whole, man, there is a lot of good stuff here. That being said, there are about 2, maybe even 3 episodes that are completely throwaway episodes that are just bullshit. Spoiler alert, we'll let all ones of you that watch this, kind of leave for a sec. Hi, Mom. All right. Man, there's an entire episode or whatever where fucking Ciri's just wandering through the desert with like dumb psycho shit and stuff going on or whatever, alone in her thoughts, and, trying to make it here or there and stuff like that, or trying to survive and such. Man, a whole episode dedicated to that, and you just feel the entire time, we felt the entire time like, man, we just need to fast forward this shit until this shit gets the fuck out of the desert, because this shit's boring as fuck. And it's a whole episode, just kind of geared to that. Now, we'll let all ones of our viewers come back real quick. Hi, Mom. Okay, spoilers are over. Mostly. The series does have a lot of great stuff to it. As far as, the world that's there, man, and the environment that's created, and even the, just kind of setting and everything like that, man, they do really well in nailing it. But there's just something about different directions that they take, and even when they try to amass a giant battle scene and stuff like that, they'll get some aspects of it really, really good, and then some aspects of it are just ridiculously stupid. What else can be said about it? Some of the special effects are amazing, man. There is some great stuff. Different spells that are cast here or there, or different abilities that Geralt and stuff will use and whatnot. Even in like the season 1, season 2 and stuff. Any of his like blocks and stuff like that or whatever, where he kind of makes a little shield and whatnot. That is done really well, man, in the special effects department. People getting eviscerated by different spells that come to them and stuff like that. That is done extremely well, along different aspects of the show. Man, but there is just something about the direction that it goes and some of the aspects of the show of whether it's story arcs introduced, characters that are introduced, whether they're real characters or made up characters that aren't even in the book or story. Like we said, we don't kind of factor in any of that aspect, like, oh, it delineates from the original work and stuff like that. We don't know, but what we do know is that some of the characters, some of the storylines and arcs, man, they get a little absurd, a little boring, and a little film wise that they are unnecessary to even be in the show to begin with. It's got a lot of hits, it got a lot of misses, man, and it definitely seems to be kind of sloping on that downward spiral and whatnot, especially whatever is going on with the Henry Cavill or whatever, supposedly not returning for any future, iterations and aspects of the show going forward. Whatever you want to chalk up to that stuff, that stuff not taken into account. There's some good, there's some bad. It's unfortunate, though, that it's not some great and some a little bad or whatever. It's pretty much a half and half split mix or whatever, especially when you got, in essence, 8 episode seasons, and there's, 2 or 3 throwaway episodes, man. Really kind of shows you that what the hell's going on or whatever. It's just kind of like sitting and waiting through a bunch of bullshit, man, to get to the aspects that are good. And that's when you have to ask yourself, is it worth it to get to that point? And for us, already being kind of dedicated to the show and, being a fan of the, franchise in general, you already watched 2 seasons. Why not watch a third? But I'll tell you this, they keep adding a bunch of spoiler, you gotta leave again, Ma. You start adding a bunch of episodes, man, where someone's wandering through a desert and shit for 45 fucking minutes or whatever, doing the already been done psychological kind of, is the stuff happening real, or are they, just trapped in their mind or whatever. Man, there's portions of it that are just kind of like, what the fuck? Makes it feel like a waste of time. And if there's one thing that we are good at, it's wasting time. If there's one thing that we don't like, it's other things wasting our time. And that's what some of these episodes feel like. And if it is not course corrected and, immediately kind of remedied and rectified, then, it's definitely going to be bad news going forward for the series. Make sense? Probably. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Anyhow, Witcher Season 3, on Netflix. What can be said about this one? Gets a good old-fashioned check. Check it out for yourself, man. Kind of see. Check it out if you already watched, the first couple seasons and you're in it. Check it out if you're a huge fan of the franchise. If you are not a fan of the franchise and you haven't watched the first 2 seasons, you might be dodging a couple bullets as far as, your time management and things of that nature. But, that's just how it kind of goes. So, anyhow, we're off to see the next big, thing that we kind of watch for you and stuff like that. So, have a good one. You probably didn't. We'll catch you next time. Probably won't. Give us money.